Bonjour, bienvenue à la leçon 2A, copain ou copine. In this lesson, you're going to learn some words that talk about people. You're also going to learn indefinite articles for male and for female. So let's begin. Les personnes. Les personnes. This word means persons. In French, les personnes is plural. The word personne happens to be feminine. So if I'm talking about a guy and I use the word personne, I still have to refer to it as feminine. So here we have un garçon, une fille. Répétez. Un garçon, une fille. Un means a or an. It's an indefinite article. And just like in English, it's going to be a or an for the singular. Un is for masculine words. Une is for feminine words. So un garçon, a boy. Notice the cédilla. Une fille, a girl. Un and une can also mean one, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Un ami, une amie. Répétez. Un ami, une amie. The only difference between the male version of friend and the female version of friend is the E on the friend form, on the feminine form. And notice, I've tried to put the masculine words in blue and the feminine words in pink just to emphasize that French has two genders. Un copain ou copine. Répétez, un copain. Répétez, une copine. Now, the French language evolves and changes just like English does. And at one time, un copain was just a buddy or a pal. Nowadays, it's more of a close friend. However, I still prefer the ami and amie, un ami and un ami that I learned. And this is sometimes used to refer to girlfriends and boyfriends. Une copine, a friend that's female. Un copain, a friend that's male. Think companion without all the extra letters. Now we're going to refer to adults. Un monsieur. Un monsieur. This is a gentleman. Une dame. Une dame. This is a lady. Un prof. Un prof. A male teacher. Une prof. Une prof. A female teacher. Prof is short for professeur. And if you use the whole word professeur, it's always masculine. So it would be un professeur. But over the years, the Académie Française, which is the language police, have approved the use of une prof to refer to a female teacher, but only in the short form of professeur. Un homme, une femme. Répétez, un homme, un homme, une femme, une femme. An homme is a man, and une femme is a woman. You won't find these two words in your textbook for a while, but then they'll assume that you automatically knew them through osmosis or something. So that's why I'm giving them to you now. The H in homme is silent, so you're actually saying homme, as if you were meditating. Un homme. Une femme. You can see that this is like the beginning of feminine or female. Okay, so in French, a noun always has to have a definite or indefinite article with it. There are a few exceptions when we use possessive adjectives, my, your, his, her. But if it doesn't have a possessive adjective, my, your, his, her, it has to have an article. And so today we're learning the indefinite articles. Some other words, autres mots, voici and voilà. You've probably heard voila before, and maybe you've even used it. Voila means there is. Voila is not pronounced voila. You definitely say the V. Notice the accent grave over the A. So, voilà Patrick means there is Patrick. Voilà Patrick. Voilà René. There is René. Voici Jean-Paul. Here is John Paul. Voici actually means here is. Voici Marie-Claire. Here is Marie-Claire. Now, répétez. Voici Jean-Paul. Voici Jean-Paul. Voici Marie-Claire. Voici Marie-Claire. Voilà Patrick. Voilà Patrick. Voilà René. Voilà René. Also, we need to know how to ask about other people. Qui means who. Es means is that. I'm going to give you la fille. Who is that girl? Là-bas. Over there. Well, it's actually over there. But just remember, all of this together means over there. So, répétez. Qui est? Qui est la fille? Qui est la fille là-bas? Qui est la fille là-bas? Don't worry if it takes you a while to get this whole question. It is a little bit long. So let's try it one more time. Qui est la fille là-bas? Now let's speed it up. Qui est la fille là-bas? You answer anything with this S. Just this part. Say Muriel. Basically, S is this word, just in reverse order. So répétez. C'est Muriel. Qui est la fille là-bas? C'est Muriel. We can do it with boys too. Qui est le garçon là-bas? C'est Dominique. So répétez. Qui est? Qui est le garçon? Qui est le garçon là-bas? Qui est le garçon là-bas? C'est Dominique. C'est Dominique. Right now you're thinking, ooh, Dominique, that's a girl's name. Not so. In French, Dominique can be a boy or a girl. In the boy version, it's Dominic. Here in America, the girl version is Dominique. There are other words that do the same. Michel can be Michael, or it can be Michelle. André can be Andrew or Andrea. René, without this extra E, is a boy. Very common name. René, with the extra E, is a girl. And in fact, Jean is pronounced the same for John as it is for Joan. It's just spelled a little differently. The feminine form, of course, will have an E. Okay, tiens. Répétez, tiens. This means, hey. C'est vrai. C'est vrai means it's true. In French, as I said before, all nouns have gender. So it's either masculine or feminine. And it's a good idea to memorize the indirect articles. Sorry, I wrote this wrong. This should say indefinite articles. It's a good idea to memorize the indefinite articles un or une when you learn every single noun so that you know the gender of that noun. It's very important. So what's the meaning of indefinite articles in English? We've done this. Anybody? It's a or an. C'est un garçon. It's a boy or that's a boy. Il est canadien. He is Canadian. This looks like two L's, but it's actually I-L. I guess I need a writing tool. So, il, L. In fact, let me just draw it on there real quick. Il. Okay. Il est canadien. He is Canadian. That's a boy, or it's a boy. He is Canadian. C'est une fille. Elle est anglaise. That's a girl, or it's a girl. She is English. Notice our E. Now it's time to match. We can drag these things right here and match them up with who we think. So, hopefully you all know who Cleopatra is. What nationality would Cleopatra be? If you said Egyptian, you're correct. So we could say about Cleopatra, c'est une femme. Elle est égyptienne. Sorry, we have to cover up her face. Now the stereotypical British guy, or British man, wears a hat similar to this. C'est un homme. Il est anglais. What do you think about this guy? Is he French, Français, or American? Américain. If you said American, that would be my guess. C'est un ami, il est américain. Marie-Ange. Does this sound like a Française name or an American name? Oui. C'est une copine, elle est française. Jean-Paul, our last male one. C'est un copain, il est français. Move this one right here. Move this one. That's still going to be blocked. So we're better off up here. And our last one, Heather. C'est une amie, elle est américaine. Now you can write two informational sentences about people. Très bien. Go ahead and do the rest of your assignments. There's a little journal assignment where you're going to write some sentences from your book. And then, when you're ready, take the quiz.